Hello there, and welcome back to Napalm's newest news. So, we just have seen the new devlog of the Su-7BMK, and yesterday, as the date of recording, also the F-5C. Both are rank 6 premium pre-order bundles, and well, they are very interesting to talk about because I want to help you in your decision whether you should pre-order / buy them or wait for probably maybe better stuff and what might come in the future. And as one of the, from my perspective, experts on more modern stuff, I have dotExcel with me, and today we will talk, hopefully relatively briefly, talk about certain aspects of those dev blocks and the aircraft. And also, as usual, in the video description down below you will find the links to the dev blog so that you can read all the details for yourself if you wish to do so. So Exe, when you heard those announcements for those $60, €60 bundles on rank 6 premiums, what were your first thoughts?
Really? That was pretty much my first thought, because they finally threw all logic out and finally embraced the we're selling you top rank premiums now officially. And then I was like, wait a minute, maybe not. Maybe they're like, oh, we're announcing them now because we're announcing rank 7 aircraft with the same patch or the patch after. So yeah, it's a genius and evil move on the same page. Basically, it's gaijin.
Yeah, because also previous premiums on previous rank were also quite expensive and didn't last all that long. If you think, for example, about the British Harrier thing, how it was totally overpowered at its initial battle rating, and then it got just moved up to where the plane itself is far from competitive. So that was just one of those typical gaijin sell nerf later moves, and we might see this with those aircraft as well. But let's talk about the aircraft for a bit, because I tried to keep this rather short. The Su-7BMK is not really totally new because we already have the Su-7BLK in the game, and also in the Chinese tech tree, my beloved F5. Well, I already played that quite a bit and I love to grind with it, but now we get a premium F5C in the quote-unquote original US tech tree, and so for them I then really wanted to well, give it a go. What do you think about the comparison then in terms of usefulness for in-game grinding and also gameplay fun between the Su-7BMK and the F5C? Which one has more value?
Oh, I can tell you that much, that you will probably have way more fun with an F5 than with an Su-7. The Su-7 will probably get shafted by the battle rating, while the F5 can literally compete in high rank or even top tier matches, just because of the fact that it is fast, nimble, mobile. Has this one gets flares and chaff. The C gets flares and chaff, and yeah, it's just the better premium in my book from the get-go. I don't know why people would buy themselves a Su-7 as a premium, to be honest.
Yeah. So then let's talk about alternatives, or rather the first impact of the announcement of those aircraft. Because now it seems like either this patch or most likely next patch we get then rank 7 aircraft. And so far, and I hope it more gets announced later, there are only announced for 2 nations, the Soviets and the Americans respectively. And well, we also then have some event aircrafts. For the Soviets we have the MiG-21 PFM, rather cheap for now on the marketplace. Then for the Americans, we have the FJ4B VMF, the Squadron Activity Reward, the A4E, and also the F11. And then for the Germans, most recently, the F4F, which gets rather expensive these days now on the marketplace. And it would be cheaper if you have them to put a talisman on them, but therefore you also have restrictions in effective grinding, because, you know, then from as rank 6 premiums with a talisman, rank 4 and below gets a massive penalty to the research. And well, what comes in the future also has a bit of a drawback. If you think about that, at the moment, I think the most modern chat in War Thunder might be the GR3 from 86 or the Yak 38 from 85. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but if you think about tanks, you know, one of the most recent things was the Leopard 2 PL from 2018-ish. So when it comes to Gaijin, there are at least 3 decades left for introducing aircraft, right? And with that, few more ranks up until that they have caught up with tanks and their rank, their battle rating they already have. But you kind of see where I'm going with this. There will be more premiums in the future. Think about the olden days, quote unquote, when something like a Tiger 2 was the top premium that you could buy. Those days are long gone, and now we have what XM1s, etc., that are more modern and overall better suited for grinding and also the meta. So where do you think this journey leads us in the near foreseeable future?
So right now we have what, second generation jets, maybe third. Nah, yeah, it's a mix of both. So I will probably see us at the end of this year going towards stuff that everyone loves, right? Everyone wants an F-14 Tomcat, everyone wants a Panavia Tornado, stuff like that. We will probably see towards the end of the year already. Don't know what Gaijin wants to do with stuff like drones, because they said that they want to look into drones as well after the first April event. But I can see us getting like F-14 Tomcats soonish. Not this patch though. We're still off. We're missing the naval phantoms for the US tech tree, which are pretty good. We're missing for the land-based side. Well, after the F-104, I guess we will see someday an F-16, an early one. In the naval tree, we will see the F-14 at some point after the naval phantoms, and right now in the F-4E tree for the US, we will probably see an F-15 soonish. So we will just have to wait and see where this journey leads us. But Gaijin shows no hesitation in going full steam ahead, so it's just a matter of time at this point.
Yeah, so I agree with that, and I also want to give you a little bit of a verdict. At the end, you can tell me if you agree or not. So first of all, this is a leap forward in terms of premiums, and also the next rank is kind of announced. It kind of mitigates the usefulness of the previous top tier premiums, because they are now a tier too low for effective progress. And also it's unbalanced, because not every nation will get a rank 6 premium, as far as we can tell, before any sort of battle rating gaps are closed, before all the stuff at lower battle ratings that Gaijin wants to introduce or can introduce or has to introduce to fill the lineups, to fill the performance gaps in the various tech trees, we get another step forward. And again, we will see a lot of compression, we will see a lot of power creep, feature creep, we will see the nerfs hitting later. This is my prediction, and this is Gaijin's business model, so everybody be warned. First of all, think about twice buying those aircraft, and especially never ever, despite everything that you see, like those pre-order skins as a reward for the pre-order, which is just another marketing possibility for Gaijin. Wait at least for the first dev blocks, because you never know what Gaijin does to the battle ratings, to the performance, bugs, or as we call it here, features. You never know what's gonna happen, and be prepared that in particular the Su-7BMK will be totally irrelevant in terms of grinding performance the patch afterwards. It already has some issues if you think about not having guided weapons, aka missiles, only living from the air spawn that it probably will get. The beautiful, sexy, and also awesome F5, as I have it in memory, will have more usefulness, and I tend to probably give it more of a go than the Soviet variant. So what would you think? Would you agree to this statement, or do you tell me that this is all rubbish?
With the Gaijin's speed of introducing or leaping forward, because we're jumping ahead pretty far in terms of technology now, and that's just the nature of the time frame we're now going into. There were so many advancements made, stuff became irrelevant so fast. I mean, best example was the F11 back in the day, in real life, which entered service and was directly obsolete. We just are now in this time frame where premium jets will not have that much of a value anymore than back in the day, top tier premiums or high rank premiums, because what gets introduced into the tech tree might actually make the premiums completely obsolete, or make you and your team lose because everyone's spamming the premium while the other team is spamming tech tree planes that will easily counter them. I mean, you will have to wait and see. I will always just warn people to fully shill out on premiums the moment the pre-order goes live. But yeah, I would agree with you there.
Yeah, so my warning is in particular for new players. As awesome as those planes look, as promising as the advertisement sounds, be aware that War Thunder is in particular not really friendly, especially the higher the tiers go, for new players, for beginners, and you should definitely get some practice hours into even your props or the early chats that you grinded yourself before you open your wallet and throw it at the screen, aka at Gaijin, because you might be left with a lot of frustration with a lost investment. And while everybody has the freedom to do whatever they like in terms of spending your money on War Thunder, if you want a judgment, let the hype die down a little bit, and then wait for the dev server, wait for the patch release, and for the first tests, for the first reviews of not just me but also other YouTubers. There are plenty out there that also specialize on chat combat, and they give you a verdict which one is better, which one you should better not buy. And I think that is all that we can say, and it now is again a bit longer than I expected. But anyway, thank you, Exe, for your opinion, for your input, and well, we'll see each other.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and thanks for participating here. So we will see each other soon, TM. And for all of you guys, I hope that you value this little bit of opinion of ours, that you value the video, the effort, and just give the video a like. For you, it's just a click. For us, it is quite a bit of effort to do the research, to make those videos in like the lunch break. And yeah, that's all for us today. So thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, please give it a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and we'll see each other on the waves, on the battlefields, and in the skies of War Thunder. That's all.